Hi, and welcome back to another episode of RuPaul's Drag Race Rearview Review with me, your host Rissa, followed by my co-host Zachary.
Hi.
And our friend David.
Hello.
Crystal is babysitting the poor little Holland because she's been ranting and raving all day, so Crystal is dealing with that. So we just finished watching the last episode, Snatch Game. David, how did you love it?
That explained it in itself, honestly. I mean, it was great. It was really amusing to watch. Gosh, some of the girls. But for the most part, no, it was really enjoyable. They're fucking funny. Like,
how did you feel about this year's Snatch Game?
I had some ups and downs with some.
I feel like it was good collectively, but there has
as
been
a
better
group.
ones.
I was about to say, as a group, there's
tried
been better ones.
However,
a lot
yes.
of other ones, people have been able to bounce off of each other, and they've been better. This one, it's more of like
there
they
were
all
key
like
point winners, like of where they were. But that was awesome that they had Kristen Chenoweth. They normally do not have celebrities,
which I thought they were gonna be like it was gonna make it harder for them. But she only made like one comeback to one queen, and it was Trixie about.
She set her up, and like Trixie.
She tried to set her up. Like I saw that, and she was trying to be like, "Yo, bitch, like I got you."
And she just.
She was like, "Bitch, what?"
It just wasn't really what it was.
Just is Trixie crashing and burning.
So we started off the episode with the fact that Shangela found Thorgy's note taped in Trixie's station. It was like, why you got this note up here? And the note was basically like, something about let's go get cocktails, ha 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 ha, love Shangela. And then it was like, I hate this bitch by Thorgy. Like, actually, quite honestly, I'm confused about this whole note, but basically it was a really shitty note to what being posted up in public. And the person who it was talking shit about saw it, and when it was like, why is this note talking shit about me? Ain't nobody got no answers.
Basically.
Yeah. So that's basically what happened. And then there was just like this beef, and everyone kind of had like their point. And then Kennedy, of course, had like, I don't like that.
Okay, so yeah, I feel like I side with Shangela. I understand, girl. It's hung in your station. This is rude because I thought we was chilling.
Yeah.
Okay, let it ride. Trixie either says something or she doesn't. You'll at least know where you stand from there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Kennedy, mind your fucking business. Girl, I get you. I hear you. It's an issue, but it doesn't concern you. It's not an issue at the moment for you, so just let them handle them. Keep your little side comments, talk in the corner amongst yourselves and shit, but, like, you're making a show. You're making it into something, like,
yeah,
it doesn't need to be.
It doesn't need to be any of that. It just, like, fed onto it. But it was cute that Ben, like, kept weaving into each conversation. She was like, what is a mess? She's like, well, I would never do that. She's like, oh, okay, that's what a mess is. Like, girl, you know what a mess is.
You like, what's the mess about it? Well, yeah, like, okay.
Girl, you know exactly what it was. So as they was in the workroom and they was getting ready, Miss Rue herself came about with none other than Marc Jacobs. So they first headed over to Miss Shangela, who was originally going to do Miss Cleo. Called me now for your free Saturday reading. Because she died a few years ago, you see.
But that bitch be shining on the
She didn't. Yeah, so, she started doing it Irish. She said instead of the cards, she said the cards.
That is exactly what it sounded like.
It's supposed to be the cards. She said cards with the arts. So it's not supposed to be that. So they pointed that out, and she was like, I'm going to do Jennifer Lewis because I know this bitch.
She's like, back up.
I actually know her. I got this. Plus, I'm wearing her jacket, which, Marc Jacobs, you made. Your tag on my shoulders.
Wasn't kissing nobody's ass enough.
No, but we just saying.
She was trying.
Right?
Real hard.
And then Miss Trixie decided that she was going to do RuPaul. Now, outside of Drag Race, when she's doing Trixie and Katya, and when they do, she does she does the RuPaul, like, oh, I'm sorry, but you have been eliminated. Like, she does that, and it actually is really funny. But it's funny when it's Trixie imitating RuPaul.
Not
the
Snatch game.
Doing the whole Snatch game thing. It's
RuPaul.
Yeah, like, that was... I don't know. I just don't think it's a good idea that any of them do RuPaul.
I wonder how much of it was editing.
I think that pretty much was probably bad the whole time. Like, I mean, what they had was...
they're not gonna obviously set her up. Like, if even on the side pieces, if that's what they're all talking about, like, it obviously had to be bad. That was probably highlighted to show how bad it was.
Yeah.
So, of course, maybe it did look, like, worse because it was shortened. But, like, throughout the process of it, like, I'm sure they were all collectively like,
what is going on? Miss Kennedy did Phaedra Parks. I think she did a great Phaedra, but it wasn't anything spectacular.
Like she did okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, she did okay, and she won her season.
It was
as Little Richard.
passable.
But it wasn't up to par. Also compared to who other people did. Like, the fact that Ben de la Creme did Paul Lind. Like, okay, first off, like she said, back in the day, there used to be this game called... Well, no, there's, like, the Celebrity Hip Hop Squares, right? It's basically the same thing, except he was in, like, the middle and all of that. And, like, yeah, for, like, a whole decade ruled that. So I always think it's interesting when the queens decide to do men in general. But also, like, I guess he's, like, a gay icon as well. But, like, that's such a contrast to Phaedra, and she was on, like, the whole time, and she was right next to her. So it just, no matter what she wanted to do, it just, like, wasn't happening. Speaking of Vanilla Creme, that was freaking hilarious.
oh.
Yes.
Killed the part. Like, immediately, the first joke, I was like, okay.
Never seen a man play a man so well.
I'm like, you got this. And then she just kept flowing.
Yeah.
It was like,
The
it was a
whole
problem. Like, she
And that's
was
really
so
how it
good.
was. Like, I remember watching TV Land or whatever, and, like, they used to have those shows and stuff. And I remember seeing that because when we were at Buddy's house and they were, like, talking about it, I thought it was somebody else, and he was like, no, it's this person from Celebrity Squares. I was like, oh, no, I know exactly who you're talking about. And that's exactly it. She, like, nailed it. Like, it was great. Who did not nail theirs was Chi-Chi. She put Maya.
Instead of Maya.
Angelo.
Like, she didn't get
That's some stupid shit.
her own reference. Why, to me, why would you pick her? Period, why would you pick her?
She's not funny.
I think Annika didn't have anything, so she did the play.
I think she wanted to do something inspiring, like someone she looked up to and do honor to, but it's like you could have picked someone else and you had better material, because clearly you didn't have enough
what was her
background.
backup?
Oh yeah, that's a great question. I wonder what her backup was, because she probably should have done that, because that was, oh my, that was no. Crystal Labaja.
A drag queen.
Aja, I think, I don't know, really know her, but nailed it.
Yeah, I don't know who she is, but apparently everyone said she did great.
And just
understand.
nailed that into the house.
I forget when. I think she was in the 90s, but she looks exactly like her.
So it like
she did a poppin' job. I have to say, for not knowing who she was, she played a full
I feel like
character.
RuPaul knew who she
hit it.
Probably friends with her.
Yeah, perhaps. Yeah, I mean, I think she did a great job, and there's definitely people who know, and there's people who don't, but she caught on, like, not knowing, you still got into the character. BB, Grace Jones, I think she did a great impersonation, but I think she kind of lacked on the terms of trying to keep her relevant to the game and the situation. Yeah. Honestly, the people that bombed were Trixie and Chi-Chi. Kennedy, I think, just got lost. It wasn't that she did bad, it was just she got lost. Like, even her one answer was so drawn out.
Yeah. Oh my god, that was cute.
What did I miss?
You'll see it when you watch this.
Okay. What was I saying? Oh yeah, one of her answers, she was like, oh yeah, she's like, I'll call him an dessert or something, because
that was
a dessert menu, because he was the appetizer or whatever it was. And it was like,
I feel like she waited too long to do the thing, because what she should have, he was the appetizer, but she waited too long.
It's like, but that's not.
But even
I mean,
still,
I guess that answers it, but that's not really relevant to what the actual question. I don't know. It was just drawn out. I don't know. It was just weird. It just wasn't.
I feel like a lot of the queens did not do good justice to what the question was.
No, but
like, I didn't quite understand how come anonymous was part of how that went with the question that was asked.
He's like, I guess his point is, like, how does he like his balls? Like, he just likes to
have
sex with
balls,
random people.
like...
Yeah, because for my notes I put, like, Ben was killing it, and then I put Chi-Chi was killing it. And then Shangela was killing it.
My girl
Shangela was... So I love when she made the comment about Kristen, and she's like, yeah, I did this movie Back Down, with Kristen, and she's like, no, I'm just kidding, I've never done no work with that bitch. I was like, that's hilarious. That's hilarious. And again, if you don't know who Jennifer Lewis is, that was a great adaptation of what she is. Trixie, and again, I even put, like, it's funnier when she's, like, Trixie doing Rue and not really so much. And then Shangela made the comment, she's like, I blame the internet. I blame y'all. Y'all told her this was funny, and so y'all's to blame. And
She's petty for that. She's so petty for that, too. She called out all of America. Like,
she was like, all y'all said that this shit was funny, so she came on here thinking this one gonna nail this, and it just bombed.
Yes.
And it was like,
It was really bad.
well, it is entertaining when it's Trixie. But, like, a Trixie Rue, not as funny. Not as funny. It would have been interesting if she actually dropped her Trixie and actually tried to do, like, a Rue face.
I thought she was going.
That would have been something impressive.
I thought I would love to see her if she did something else other than her.
I don't know if she knows. I think the thing is she only knows how to paint her face. I bet she doesn't know how to paint any other face. And a lot of the girls don't. They don't know how to paint. There was one girl that was on the season, and it was like, or was it this season, or was it when we were watching Boulet Brothers? There was something we were watching, and they were like, I'm not used to painting my own face. Like, they're normally used to having other people... Oh, that's what it was. Derek Barry, I think, was it? No, it wasn't Derek Barry. It was somebody else. Was it? Someone... Yeah. There was some drag queen when we saw someone, they're like, I'm used to people, like, really painting my face for me. Like, I know how to do my makeup, but, like, to do my full aesthetic, like, I have a team that does this for me. Yeah, and they were, like, using that as... Yeah, I think. It was still intense. But... I was like, Asha, I don't know what, but I love it. Trixie, like what? Chi-Chi, I was like, it was killing it. But the winner of Snatch Game was the Amish because they do not have televisions.
Amen
so
to
they
that.
didn't have to watch that. Apparently, a lot of people...
They don't even get to know what bad television really is.
Side note, did y'all watch Fergie's Star Spangled Banner?
With my phone, we're going to pull this shit
I watched it. And I'm not going to say that I hated it because I saw where she was going, and if it was any other song, it would have been cool. But, like, to do, like, a Chicago's jazz rendition of the Star Spangled Banner live was an interesting decision. But, I mean, I think everyone was just cheering just to, like, get it through and be like, right. Enough, you're done. 3, that's it. That's all you get. Stop.
That was painful.
I bet it was. Oh, we can't watch this whole thing, but it's very, it's so weird, like, a part of me likes it, but it's not what I want it to be.
Exactly.
It needs different words.
Oh, that one right there.
Look, he's like, what the fuck?
That's the one right there.
They're like, why do we have to listen to this right now?
He's like, I'm trying
I'm just
so
here to
hard
play basketball, man.
Myself.
We really just sat here and watched this whole thing, didn't we?
We did.
You better hope not.
Did she just say, let's play some basketball?
Yes.
I can't even tell. So back to this. Trixie knew she was weak. You know what I mean? She just knew. She was just like, I came in here thinking I was great, and it was just like,
oh yeah, no, as soon as she cut off, as soon as they were taking the makeup off and they were like getting dressed for the next part, like,
she was done. Chi-Chi, I'm glad that she's aware that she fucked up. She's like, I played the dumbest, Maya Angelou.
But she also knows that she fucked up because she's been in the bottom many times.
True, but it's like
she knew that she was fucking up as a whole, and that it was her time. Like, she felt it, and good for her.
Now, Ben was over there being like, I actually thought that like Trixie was gonna win last week and stuff like that. I don't really know how to take Ben because I think Shangela's right in the essence of she knows how to play the game of like, I'm just gonna be nice and everything, but it's like that probably is stressful for her. It's like I'm always in the top, and like she's been getting at like I've only won like one of the lip syncs, and it's like, yeah, but you've been there every single fucking time. But I'm sure that probably gets on her psyche a little bit, so she's trying not to seem so like vulnerable or like seem humble, so she's like, I didn't think I was gonna be in the top last week. It's like, bitch, come on. Good. So Shangela caught that, and she was in her little interview just spilling the tea, spilling it all over the place.
I feel like this was Shangela's episode. Like, she had so many cutscenes. She was just hitting these motherfuckers left and right. Like,
she was getting it. She was getting it. So for the judges, it was Nicole Breyer, who's wrote Girl Code, and if you ever saw it on MTV, it's great. Otherwise, she had an actual show. What was it called? We used to watch it. It was on MTV, and now it's on Facebook TV, I believe. Do you remember what it's called? Oh, My Life, Almost Exactly, or Kind of, Sort of, or some shit like that. I can't remember, but there's the plug. Then also it was Kristen Chenoweth. So for the runway, Aja, I loved her little outfit.
It was
Super
cute.
It was really cute, or as they say, kawaii.
I got a little floral greaser.
Yeah, it was cute. I loved it. And then Shangela, she dressed up as Bae.
She looked exactly
Pregnant
like
Bae.
Oh yeah, that was
With
really
the with
good.
the twins and the whole flowers. And then we had Miss Bebe, who I just put elegant, basically. Like, she just looked really pretty and elegant.
She was just chocolate on top of chocolate.
Oh,
Chocolate
she
on
was
top
a
of chocolate.
fudgesicle dipped in flowers, and Nicole was there for it.
She was, I was there for Nicole and all her braids and everything.
Oh,
It was
yes,
I would love to sit on
Beautiful.
Nicole's face. She can sit on mine.
You have no idea how many times I've heard him say that.
I love her comedy.
He really does. Then we had Miss Kennedy Davenport. Low-key, I can't read this name, but because I can read the note and I know what it says, I knew who it was. And as my second grade teacher said, if you wrote it, you know it. And that's not true all the time, but kind of, sort of. So Kennedy
I didn't understand the flower on her face.
looked like Michael's. She looked like she got all that shit from Michael's. I agree with the judges when they said that it looks artsy and craftsy, because it
Something
did.
that
It
would
just
make-
didn't
There's a
look
lot going
completely
on.
polished, and it didn't look couture or anything. Like, it just... It was
Something I
a
would
sad
make.
attempt. Chi-Chi looked... I put that she looked like a fine-ass gold digger bride.
She looked like she was coming
She
out
was
of the
also
Yeah.
referred to as like a slutty teen bride, but that was...
She looked like she was like a Playboy Mansion bunny, or like she'd just be walking out of Little White Chapel.
Yeah, like
The drive-through,
like
though.
a Vegas gal. Trixie, I loved her outfit.
Oh yeah, no, Trixie's is definitely
She
my
did like
favorite.
flower
Yeah, I think so,
girls.
too.
It was like
Perfect.
some weird kind of like anime. It reminded me kind of an anime.
Like an anime manga kind of thing. Hers and Ben's were like my favorite. Ben
I
looked like a
love
beautiful
Ben's
orchid to me.
orchid.
Like, I loved that shit. It looked gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Alright, so the judges decided that Shangela and Ben were in the top two.
Top two, and they split the
They got a wigs wardrobe to, I forgot to write down the
and
company.
but
But
$5,000.
yeah, and $1,000 gift card to Pool House Super Supreme Ice Cream. Here's my issue with this name.
How do they know they're not lactose intolerant?
No, how can you be Super Supreme?
Well, you know,
Super Supreme? Like, that just seems so much. That makes it almost
because
seem
the
like the
cup
drop
is
of
so
Supreme.
super that it makes the ice
Super
cream supreme.
I feel like that's another word that needs to be then used. Like, another word needs to be either replaced, or you have to drop the super or the premium.
Honestly, it just bothers me the most that it's $1,000 to an ice cream shop.
That's like crazy.
That's a lot.
My
It is. That's a lot of ice cream. These girls don't eat.
What happened if
Something.
they're what happened if they're Bendelicum? What happened to
Bendelicum with some
lactose
ice cream.
intolerant?
Maybe they have some sherbet or sorbet.
Ooh, I want some sorbet. Fuck you. Oh, I hate you. Now I'm thinking of Houston sorbet.
Oh, that was gelato. All you guys.
But they
cared
had
about
some
was it was
sorbet
bad.
too.
True. So then the girls had to go in the back and do their deliberations. Oh, you telling me my battery is low? Beep. I can actually do this.
Boo boo. You
Yeah.
just unplugged the lamp.
Yes.
Yes.
Your computer has been
Saturn
Plugged in.
is aligned.
charging.
So Trixie was like all vulnerable because she's like, outside I'm a rock star, and in here it's just like really hard, and I'm not the Trixie that my people know me to be. And that is true, because the Trixie that I know outside is not the Trixie that's in here, but the Trixie that is in here is the Trixie that I know from in here.
Cry me a river. Ooh, cry me a river.
No, but like for real, like Trixie really was going off on stage. Like she
Yeah,
really
like-
was like.
But she
But
was,
that's how
you
she
can
was
tell
during
that she
her
was trying to
season, though.
hold back that stuff. She
really didn't want to.
she didn't want to be like, she didn't want to be a milk.
I'm not trying to cry.
She's like, I know I fucked up. I really thought this was my challenge, but it wasn't. Therefore, I gotta man up and just deal with what happened. She knows she fucked up. She know where she fucked up at. So
Yeah.
I understand why she cried and why it was hard. Like when Michelle asked her that question for the fact, she's like, "Look, I already know what I did wrong, and now you're asking me this."
Yeah.
Everything just kind of like broke down for her.
It was sad to see her like that.
It just was weird to see Clown cry.
Yeah, that is also weird. Also to see a clown.
Crystal, what
Crystal,
did you miss?
what did you miss? So then Shangela wanted to pull Trixie aside and basically said, I can't trust you. This is also a game. And it seems that Shangela is really playing based on alliances. It's like, who's going to keep me in so I know guaranteed that I'm going to be in the top 3. Which is...
But my question is what to say if there's not going to be a top 4?
But whatever to the top. Just make sure that I'm here at the top and you're voting for me to stay here. So I think that was a kind of mindfuck game she did to Trixie, because I think she knew she was going to vote off Chi-Chi. Because one thing that Shangela also cares about is actual competition as well. Like, I need you to be at a competition level, because then that means that I actually...
Then I'm competing against the best.
Did I bring my drink out here?
Yes.
This?
Is it?
Yes.
This is mine?
Yes. Mine's gone, so...
Okay, now that I drink some beer, and then, excuse me, Chi-Chi was with Ben and was just like, be fair. It's like, at this point, come on, we've had so many talks, like...
And I like the way she did it. It was so honest. It was so quick. She was like, look, I get it. We all get it. You get it.
Let's be honest.
I'm obviously not up there. Like,
yeah, it's just like, this is...
I'm not going to win.
Yeah.
So why keep me around?
So then Kennedy to Ben was like... She was all like, I feel like I'm in the middle. Which, to be fair, it's either Kennedy is, like, on her game, or it's not really there. I don't think she's necessarily she's shit showing. It's just either she's on her top game, or it's like, what did you do? What did you bring? It's nothing that's awful, but it's like, it's nothing that, like, I can't...
I expect a lot of her Kennedy. I feel like she has more to bring to the table, so honestly, I feel like that she has not revenge herself.
I feel that every time she gets a note, she tries to bring something else. It's just she happens to also fail in just a whole totally different
because
way.
I remember that was the first time I saw her. I did not like her.
Yeah, there's just something. So then for the lip sync, it was Katy Perry's I Kissed a Girl and I Liked It. I did not like Shangela's outfit.
Well, hell no.
I did
I don't
not
like the glasses,
Shangela's
I didn't like
outfit.
the dress, I didn't like the hose.
The wig, the whole thing.
She needed a poodle skirt or whatever that shit's called.
I didn't like that. Ben's outfit was cute. I mean, it was cute. However, I don't like this thing that Ben de la Creme does, where she kind of chases the other girl on the stage. She tried to, like, chase
She tries to work off of them, I feel
but
like.
But it's not. Sometimes it's like, I don't know, in a weird way, it looks like she's upstaging.
Do you know what? No. I think she's trying to get memes.
Oh, maybe she's trying to get memes done, because that was some of the girls' like goals, was to get memes, which is actually kind of smart.
And I think that's what it is, because if you notice, all the memes from like All Stars last season were ones that happened during the lip sync.
Yeah,
that they did accidental together. She was trying to make that shit happen.
True, so that way you can make like little talking things. But I didn't like her wig. I didn't like when she had to take it out and everything, and how it just laid. It didn't lay right.
Are you talking about Shangela?
Yeah. And like, I love Shangela. Do not get me wrong, but there's just something always about Shangela that no matter what, I just see a man in a dress. Like, I don't fully get the whole aesthetic. The attitude, the essence, I totally believe it's Shangela. But like, when I look, there's just still something, like, her makeup is still always off. Like, you can still kind of always see like a shadow, no matter how much undertone she uses. But like, in that, especially when she stripped down, first off, the dress had like basically no pattern to it. There was no outline figure. So I couldn't help but notice her like chest and like her muscles and stuff like that. Like the athletic build, but it's shapely like a boy, not even like a female athletic build. And then stripping down to like the little lingerie stuff to me wasn't even like all that cute and stuff. Like, I don't know, it just wasn't. It wasn't all that, but her performance of her bopping around and all her little gig gags with it, that was good. That was fun to watch. I just hated the aesthetic. The aesthetic I hated, but her routine and her energy, that was on point. That was cute.
I honestly thought Ben was going to win, like hands down.
However, yeah, because then once she started stripping, I feel like she was trying to like throw in Ben's face, like, I have this and doing this, and Ben like countered her, because she was trying to at first like kind of get a little sexual with Ben, and Ben was like, well, I'm going to counter this and like trying to like make out with you, and then like rub my booty on you, and then when she like did her little death drop, she like crawled on top and like perfectly countered her. So I was like, yeah, I thought Ben was totally going to win, and then it turns out that they both won, which means a double elimination. Wow.
But did it turn into a double elimination? Let's find out.
No, it actually didn't, because both of the queens voted for Chi-Chi, as they should have.
That was pretty simple.
Yeah, absolutely.
Chi-Chi?
I mean, Trixie was shitting herself the whole time. Ben was pretty straightforward, like, you're gonna set the world on fire. Chi-Chi, you already know we're gonna have this conversation. And then Shangela was just like, I don't want them to think it's personal. You gonna set the world on fire. You already have a great career. You're doing.
You
the
making
thing.
it sound like Trixie's going home.
So that was like a nice little pump up to Chi-Chi. But Trixie was over there shitting her fucking self, thinking Allah once it was done.
But I hope
was all...
Trixie understands what she owes Shangela now.
Honey, when she needs her ass lit, you best to get on your knees, honey.
Wait,
but
are they both bottoms?
What?
Wait, are they both bottoms?
Who God knows these days. But I'm actually kind of mad at Chi-Chi because when Ben de la Creme was like, you know, you've like been in the bottom a few times or a few weeks or whatever, she sat there and went, "Bo, like, Bo, bitch, do you not be repping your 4 bottom weeks?" Like, I would be so mad if she got to have stayed. Like, that would have been so annoying. Like, you got
here 4 weeks,
bottom. Like, 4 weeks on the bottom. Like, bitch, no.
You got the whole hand.
Bye-bye, Chi-Chi, bye-bye. So,
I'm the first queen to say I've been on the bottom 5 times. You know what that means. I got a trophy for that.
Well, all I'm saying is if they bring her back and she go, that means...
No, I actually want to know when they're going to bring these queens back, because they're keeping them around for something. And what is it? I wonder if
they're the judge.
They're the judges.
They're the judges.
For the finale?
Yeah.
Part of me was actually thinking, what happens if they bring them back when they do the top 4, and whoever wins is in the top 3. Or unless they do it for the top 4. And then whoever wins is in the top 4.
I do too.
I just have a feeling they're gonna do something and bring one of the girls back. But I feel like it's gonna be much later because they would normally do it around this time, this episode.
I was thinking is that they're gonna like have them be the judges. That would be very interesting. I don't know, but I'm excited for next week, and then we'll carry us, and then hopefully Crystal will join us. Oh, I'm about to sneeze.
Bless you.
Thank you. It's not happening now. You guys will not get to see what that looks like.
Or hear it. Do you think so? It's glass shattering. Crack breaking.
I'm cracked. I be saying that now. I don't know why it's taking me so long to catch on to that, because that is how I feel a lot of times when, like, something happens. I'm like, I am cracked. Like, that's, like, shook is a good little one, but, like, cracked is really, like, I just...
Like, bitch, like...
You broke me for, like, 2.3 seconds. Like,
y'all
I'm
both
cracked.
looked at me like y'all were cracked.
Oh. So, once again, David, thank you for joining and hosting. We even got to have a cute dog.
Eventually we'll get our shit together.
He's over here. I don't even know if he's on the camera, but hopefully he is. Otherwise, that's Zach's
you got
foot.
my foot.
Otherwise, that's Zach's foot.
I'm sorry, you all got my
His foot is single. It's the left one. The right one is not. It's actually in a very committed relationship. But
with the Converse.
Yeah, very. It's
a sight.
It's a sight. But
it's a whore.
Thank you so much, Zachary, as always, for joining me. And this has been another episode of RuPaul's Drag Race Rearview Review. Bye. And of course, I'm gonna have to log off of this, and then I can just edit everything else out.
Totally fine.
Oh, come on. Oh, no, that wasn't it.
Oh?
No? Oh, nope. Hold on. That was a... Okay. M-Y, Saturn.
Do y'all want to Stevie Nicks this?
What does that mean?
And go. No, I'm joking.
Do you want to Stevie Nicks this and go? Bloopers.